Okay, so the thing is, I'm not really wearing any headphones, because yeah, the sound of the BGM always distracts me. So, yeah. But how are you guys? I literally again woke up so late. I woke up at like 9 something, and then I was talking to Hex, and then after I was done talking to Hex, she was like, "Yeah, you can go back to sleep now," and I did go back to sleep, and I woke up at 12 p.m. You know, normally I wake up early because I think I have stuff to do in the morning. But the thing is, last night I had to stay up late to record like the last bits of the cover that I posted. Also, if you guys haven't seen it, you guys should go and see it because it's so good. Like, I think my voice really, so good. It's like so nice. Like, I like, you know, like I don't know if you guys noticed, but like I didn't do anything for the video. Like, it's just one static image the whole time. And you'll be like, I wonder what happened, right? Well, you see, some of the stuff that I didn't like about doing like fancier covers is really coming out like right now. I don't know why we're talking about this, but I'll explain my thought process, okay? Whenever I do covers, like normally, I do them one shot. Like, at most, I'll try to re-record them like once or twice, but I do them like in one go. That's how I feel like it's the most authentic type of cover. Like, I like the way that sounds, and that's like my ideal situation because it's less work. I've never considered covers to be like really high work intensity, you know, like it shouldn't take as much effort as some people do give it. Not that I'm saying you can't, I just prefer not to, because I have like so much stuff in my brain that I'm like, okay, for a cover, even though I really want to put out covers, I've always done covers and like, okay, I'm gonna sit down, do it, and then it's done, and then upload it and it's done, right? As you could imagine, that hasn't been happening. The last like couple of, I don't know how many days, months. Yeah, months. Like, I didn't release any covers in September or August. So, well, no, right now it's September. I didn't release any covers in August. So like a month and a half. I like kept thinking about how do I make it easier for myself to do covers, because I don't like the amount of work that I keep putting on my head, like, which is like, oh, you gotta record it, you gotta like polish it, and then you gotta, you know, like make the video and then add the subtitles for all the lyrics and everything and make it look like kind of pretty. And I was like, I refuse to do this much work. See, I never thought covers needed this much work, and they, in my opinion, they still don't for me. I'm talking about myself. So I've just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna sing. Static image, like the least amount of work humanly possible for this cover. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's exactly what I did. And oh my gosh, it sounds so good because I noticed I was already done recording, and the only thing that was left was to post it. And then last night, while I was gonna post it, I noticed that the recording that I'd done, like my vocals sounded a little bit weird, and I didn't know if it was because of the filters and the everything that I was using, like all the different like effects and shit, or it was just like my voice. And this had been recorded a few days ago, or like not a few days ago, but like a literally month ago. So then I was just like, you know what, I have some time, I can re-record this. I sat down, finished the re-recording in 15 minutes, finished tweaking everything, and then just posted it. It was like I had to get some information from mewmew whether she wanted me to put her like username on Twitter or something or not. So I was like, okay, I'll wait until she tells me that, and then I'll post it. And that's exactly what happened. But actually, I'd uploaded it last night and like texted mewmew, like asking her like, hey, where do you want me to like you know, like add your Twitter to like my description as well, or would you like prefer it without? And yeah, You see, you guys, this is why communication is great, and I'm so glad I decided to not do any of the extra work, because that really makes me not want to do covers at all. I like singing. I don't like the making video part. Okay, like I'm talking about, I'm okay with singing for a video and then uploading it, but the whole like adding the subtitles and making, like, thinking of a nice background, that's too much work. Yeah, so I gave up. I was like, it doesn't matter, we're just gonna follow a format, we're gonna stick to it, that way I can do more covers and not have to think about the video nonsense that I keep thinking about for the last month and a half. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do a video, and I don't really want to do a video. Like, okay, done. It's finished. It's over. Don't have to think about it. Don't have to wonder about it. Just zip silch nada. It's done. So yeah, that's my story of why this cover came out so late, even though I'd planned for it to come out in August. But in August, I did not want to make that video. I really didn't want to make that video. I was very against making that video. And I'm glad that I stuck to what I wanted, because then we wouldn't have pretty, like pretty placement. You guys just, yeah, it's not like anyone actually cares about the video. At least for this cover specifically. Like if it's a bigger cover, if it's like something really exciting and really special, even though every single song that I've ever sung is special to me, like, I don't like doing that much work for covers, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not gonna say that you shouldn't, because it's, again, up to everyone's own personal, like, preferences on how they like to approach their own, like, music and how they like to present it for everyone else. But for me, I find doing too much work makes me less inclined to actually even begin doing these covers, because I'd love to do covers for lots of songs, but the idea of having to make a video for every single one of them, as in like think of a pretty background, record myself on that background, like with my model, and then add the subtitles, and then do this and then do that, and like it just ain't happening, because Mew rejects the amount of work that is involved. Like, I'm okay with tweaking my vocals 1,000 times. I'm not okay with trying to make a music video, quote unquote music video, because it's really not a music video. Like, I barely am doing anything, trust me. Like, I like this approach more because it means that I can spend more time actually singing and not have to worry about, like, oh, like, what if it doesn't look good? The placement of my model, XYZ, yada yada yada. It's just not. Yeah, I don't like it. Feel like I can't explain it anyway better. It makes me sound so stupid too. Dang it. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the cover though. I thought I did a good job. It sounded really good in my opinion. I like doing covers on piano tracks. They are my favorite kind of cover, because I don't know, like, there's something about singing to just piano that makes me very happy. Might just be because I'm like very biased to the instrument. Like, it's one of my favorite instruments, even though I don't use it much in my own music, but listening to it or like singing on to a piano, it makes me very happy. Mostly because one of my very good friends is very good at playing the piano. They are excellent, and I love them for it. If you don't know who I'm talking about Sterling. She's so awesome and cool. But yeah, it was a lot of tweaking my own vocals. Like, not in like, oh, I have to re-record it, but I was trying to find the balance between the piano and my voice. And trust me, it took like a while. I don't know what it is, but I like when my voice is slightly less loud than as like to whatever background track is like going on, because I don't know what the deal is. I've never known why I do that, and we're working on it. You know, we're working on it. Although yesterday when I was mixing this, it was so easy. Not gonna lie, like there was not much complicated stuff happening. I was like, okay, this is good. This is done. I'm glad that we did this. Love that for me. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was really good. I really like making music. I really like singing. And I don't know if I've ever talked about what I'm gonna be studying, but because we're on the topic of music, I can tell you guys a little bit about what I'm gonna be studying like next year when I go back to college. I want to double major in writing, like composing for games, and like an interdisciplinary major that I will choose performance, songwriting, and audio engineer. Like yeah. I know it's a lot, and I know it sounds like a lot, but these are all the things that I've always been interested in terms of music. Especially, like, I was gonna choose writing for film instead of writing for games. So, like, composing for film and not composing for games. But then I was like, I'm more like interested in writing music for games, because I feel like there's so much, like, there's a lot I want to do. Plus, I have friends who are taking film composition for film, okay? So I feel like in that route, I'm sure I can ask them for advice and help whenever I want to learn something about it. Plus, just, you know, I can ask them to join me in whatever I'm doing. At some point, we'll make a film together, and it'll be awesome because my friends are very cool and very talented and very smart, okay? I don't even know how to explain how proud I am of my friends, because, like, I'm always, like, talking about them, like, to almost to an amount where I think, like, it sounds a bit, like, wild how much I talk about them. My friends are great. My friends are also really busy, which isn't a bad thing, because I'm also gonna be really busy. It's not that I'm not busy right now. It just feels like less busy than the rest of my friends, because, like, I don't know, I have a very weird, like, proportion of how much work that I'm doing and how much work it actually translates to for other people. Like, I'll say, oh yeah, I'm not busy, but, like, I'm, like, packed doing stuff every single day, and my friends will be like, are you sure you're not busy? And I'm like, nah, I'm so free. You guys are more busy than me. And I think part of it is because they're all, like, I'm the only one taking a gap year that I know of. So I feel, like, inclined to say stuff like, oh yeah, I'm not busy, because, like, technically I'm not studying right now, okay? Like, whatever I'm studying is, like, by myself. It's not, like, academics. But it does pay off to take a gap year. I'm glad I took a gap year, though. Like, it genuinely is a good thing, because I am allowed to do, like, no, like, not allowed, but I've leveled, like, not, like, I've really stepped up into the skills that I wanted to cultivate, like, in the best way possible. I genuinely didn't think that it would be, I don't think it would be possible for me to do all the stuff that I wanted to do if I was going to college this year. You know? Going back to college this year. It would only have been, like, a few months before I go back to college, because, like, sem break ends and whatever. But I'm, like, so glad that I decided to stay longer, and was just like, okay, instead of this year, next year, it'll be more comfortable that way. And it is because I get all of this time to do all, like, to stream, to, like, learn new skills that I want to do, like, practice and work on, that I didn't have time to while I was doing college first year, I mean. But, you know, same way, like, just also, like, practice all of the skills that I do have that I haven't really been able to focus on because of all the assignments and everything. And, like, I'm excited to go back into it and just really like, you know, do more. But it feels good to be able to like, you know, be here right now. I think my friends are happy for me as well. Not that I don't just think I know my friends are happy for me, but I also know a lot of my friends miss me. So I'm like, I really miss you guys too, you know, like I haven't seen them for like a while. I really want to see them because it would be so much fun and so much better than just being by yourself at home. Where I've basically like become a hermit again. I say again because last year my condition was it wasn't worse because I was still going somewhere. But I was essentially a hermit when I was not in college. Like when I wasn't attending college and I didn't have like groceries to buy, I would be passed out in my bed. Like in the best way possible, I needed the sleep so badly. I barely left my house. If not, like I would go out once a month. That was like a set thing that I would go and watch a movie because it was like a little ritual that I have like habits of doing. Like we would go out for a movie once a month. So I go out for a movie once a month. But other than that, like even though I wanted to go out, I barely had the energy or time. Like I was always so exhausted. I was like, there's no way I can go out right now. But oftentimes I'd go to this like grocery store that I really liked. Like every few weeks, every like 2-ish weeks, I'd go there, get like the stuff that I needed, my groceries, specific stuff that I only like from like where I live right now, you know, like you don't get that everywhere. So I had to go to a specialized store and I'd buy it. It was kind of expensive, not gonna lie, but so worth it. So worth it because gosh darn, did I really need that. Good. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I haven't even told you guys about this. Like basically, I don't know what's going on with the food delivery services in like that I normally use. But yesterday I ordered a pizza. They sent me the wrong pizza. The good thing is that here, if they sent you the wrong food and you're like not gonna eat it, and you know you're not gonna eat it because they sent the wrong food, right? Like it's not like it's uneatable. I just personally don't, because I ordered pizza and they had a mayonnaise on the pizza and I was like, what the heck? Right? So I got a refund for it. So today I'm still craving pizza. And I'm like, okay, let me just order pizza. Let's see where this goes. You know, hopefully what happened yesterday doesn't happen again. And it does. They sent me the same exact wrong pizza. I didn't think it was possible to mess up like a normal basic cheese pizza, but they did. Somehow sent me pizza instead of like just cheese. It had mayonnaise in it as well, and I'm disgusted. I don't know who eats that, but like good for you, not good for me. I want to not have cheese pizza. Genuinely. I mean, like I don't want to have pizza that has cheese and mayonnaise in it. Why would they send that to me? And I got a refund again today, and I don't understand why this has happened 2 days in a row. Like no one else is getting food that is that pizza with mayonnaise on it. Personally, I don't like that. Whoever does, I wish you well, you know? But yeah, the second time this happened today. I mean, second time this happened this week. And I'm actually like annoyed because I was really craving pizza. Like I really wanted pizza yesterday and today, because I was like, yesterday's craving sort of piled on to today, and I was like, I woke up and it was like 12 p.m. and it was like, oh my gosh, I really want pizza. Let me just get some pizza. And no pizza for Mew. No pizza for me. Sad. This is so sad. But then yeah, then I just had some instant noodles because I was like, I'm hungry and I need food right now. And the fastest thing, in my opinion, is always probably will be always will be instant noodles. That's hot. Like, I mean, hot food. Because like a lot of cold foods, like food that can be eaten cold, and is preferable cold, they're really fast and easy to make. But I was specifically wanting something warm, so it was instant noodle time. And boy, oh boy, did the instant noodles taste good after the failed pizza event. You know? But now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what if I order pizza for dinner? And it's like, I don't learn. It's like, oh, I didn't, clearly didn't, like, I clearly didn't learn my lesson that I'm gonna go order pizza again. Only to, like, probably only to, like, once again get the wrong pizza which has mayonnaise on it. Which is, why are they putting mayonnaise on pizza in the first place? Who decided that was a good idea? Because it tastes really weird, trust me. You know, when I got it yesterday, I thought it was just like really nice ooey gooey cheese, and I was like, oh wow. And then I touched it and I was like, that doesn't feel like cheese. You know? And then I was like, okay, what else could it possibly be that I know of that people put on pizzas that are, you know, like, that looks like cheese but isn't? It's mayonnaise. Ew. Point being, I don't think I'm gonna go order pizza from the specific place that I did order it from today and yesterday. Maybe a different restaurant. Fingers crossed. I don't know yet, because I don't know if I'm still gonna keep craving pizza until dinner. But if I don't, I'm gonna have something better. Perhaps something nicer. Not pizza, for sure. Like, if I stop craving pizza, I won't have pizza, and I will have something different. I don't know what, but something else. But yeah. Can you guys imagine? Like, it was so sad. I was just like, wow, I'm so disappointed. How dare they do this to me? Why? Why would you do that? But no, they did do that. Disappointing indeed. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Very disappointing. I was like low-key tempted to be like, you know? Like, why? I wanted to write an angry review as well, just because the pizza was like, why would you not send me the right pizza? Like, that was my thought process. But then I was also like, but I love this restaurant, and this is like the second time they've made a mistake. So I guess I could let them go for now. And then maybe later on, if they still seem to be giving me the wrong pizzas, like, maybe once they, you know, like, third strike and you're out, basically. Like, if they do it a third time, I'm not gonna order pizza from there anymore. Even though it's my favorite restaurant to have pizza in. I know how it sounds, you guys. You don't understand. This is like my favorite restaurant, period. This is where I eat most of the time. Like, if there's really nothing else I can think of, this is what I'm gonna be going for. Pizza. From one specific place. Every single time. Almost every single time. Like, I enjoy pizza in other places as well. Just that, this one is special. It's like my childhood happy food. Okay? So nostalgia plays a huge role. Maybe they changed the recipe of their pizza recently and I don't know about it, and that's why they've started putting mayonnaise on like a plain cheese pizza. But like, why? Again, like, I'm questioning what the like the thought process would be. Why would you do that to yourself and other people? But hey, what do I know? You know? It's not like I'm some sort of I'm not like developing pizza for these people, am I? Sad, but it is what it is. But yeah, decided to just not think about it that much. Now that I've already gotten it off my chest, I'm not gonna think much about it. But yeah, I had like, have you guys ever had fox nuts? They're so good. They're like so light and airy and crispy and delicious, especially when it's like my favorite flavoring is just like plain with like salt. Like it's just fox nuts that are roasted with salt. Wait, are fox nuts the right word for the ones that I'm thinking of? I'm pretty sure they're called fox nuts. Fox nut. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I was correct. It is indeed foxnut. But if you guys never had it, it's like you get it from a prickly water lily. I think that's what they're called. And they basically like they like dry the nut, and then they like you get it in big packages, and you're supposed to cut it like in the middle and then roast them by yourself or get them roasted. Like they come in pre-packaged portions as well, like through many like different fast food, not fast food, but like they're like basically like chips. Like it's a snack, and it's really good. And I've been obsessed with them since I was a child. Like I would eat like huge jars of this stuff because in my like house, my grandmother used to send over like she used to get them made at home. So she'd get like a huge, gigantic, absolutely massive bag of fox nuts and get them prepared in her house and send some like a jar, like, and it actually like a huge jar full of for me, mostly me, because I was the one who would finish them the first. And I'm still obsessed with them. So nowadays what happens is I get a bag of like not an absolutely massive, but like a good sized bag of those things, like the raw form, and then I'll prepare them at home for myself, and I keep them in like a different like jar, or like wherever I want to put them, or just eat them as soon as I'm done making them. And they're so good and they're so addictive. And I have a problem because I can finish a huge jar, no problem. Like if somebody gives me a jar of that stuff, you bet I'm gonna eat the whole thing, because it's so good. Like it's so good. Like it's genuinely like delicious. Like I can snack on that shit forever. It's like it doesn't taste like popcorn, but it has the same feeling, you know? But it's like you can have it endlessly and your stomach probably won't get full that easy. I mean, nowadays I have like a small bowl and I'm full. So actually I don't think I could finish a jar of it anymore, but you know, like the passion is still there. Can you guys hear the sirens? They're really loud, by the way. Like if you guys can hear them, they're so loud. I don't know what's going on in my city, but like the last like 4 days, it's been really loud everywhere. Like there were people howling in the streets. I'm not kidding. They were actually howling in the street in the middle of the night. It's like 12 a.m. They're like going howling in the street, and I'm like what is going on? Like what am I missing? Is it because I'm so far removed from reality right now that like I don't even know what's going on in the world? Like there's no way that they're just having like a casual like howl session on a random Wednesday, you know? That doesn't exist, right? Because yeah, I'm worried. But yeah, for the past 2 days that that has happened, by the way, like people just are like loud in the middle of the night for reasons that I do not know, because I did not pay attention to what was going on in the world for the past like week and a half. But yeah, they were like literally howling. Like yesterday I heard like 2 guys just go, I'm not gonna recreate it. I refuse to give people the satisfaction of that. But they were howling. Like straight up, just like wolf howls. And I was just confused. I was like, what's going on? But at that point, I was really busy braining, being big brain Mew. So I couldn't care enough for it. I was like, I'm not curious enough to go and figure out what's going on. I'm just gonna sit here and do my thing until they stop howling so I can finish recording. Because yeah, this is all happening in the middle of my recording, by the way. I talked about this before, but I only can ever like record like my voice at night because there's so much goddamn noise in the day that is basically impossible. Like right now, if I turned off the noise suppression, like the background noise suppression, you guys wouldn't you guys would hear everything that's going on outside. Outside. Why is English so hard sometimes? And there's like car horns, and there's like people screaming, and I don't know why. And I know why the car horns are there, because like I live very close to the road, so you can hear basically everything no matter what I do. Plus the building I live in is really old, so it doesn't have a lot of no, like, you know, it's not very soundproof, or sound. There is basically no soundproofing. The sound travels through the walls, and it's all so loud that like it's just bad basically. So in the middle of the night, when it's like relatively more quiet, I can get away with recording like audio. So I basically don't get to record in the day, and I can only ever record at night, so I have to like prepare myself that way. It's bad. It's bad, you know? It's like really bad. Like, because last night, because those guys were howling, my recording kept getting interrupted. And I was just so annoyed. I was like, why are you people doing this? Like, why can't you just go home and sleep? It's like 12 a.m., please. To be fair though, I am kind of a night owl, and I like to stay up late when I can, because it feels really good. Like, I feel like such a rebel, you know, going against my body, going against good health. Such good feelings of going against the world, you know, going against the natural order. I suddenly have transcended reality and become better somehow. I don't know what the logic is behind it, but I feel really good whenever I stay up late. Then again, if I sleep really early and I get used to sleeping early, I end up sleeping early. But if I have to record something, I have to keep up. Like, I have to stay up so I can record it, and then I get to go to sleep. And sometimes what happens is, like, I can start recording at like, hey, hi, I haven't seen you around. What am I up to? I'm literally just talking for like, I don't know how many more minutes or hours, but it is just chatting. We're just chilling here. So yeah. Sometimes I start at 12 a.m. and I'll go until 3 a.m. because it's loud outside, so I like have to wait. Or like stuff just isn't going the way I wanted it to, and so I have to wait anyways. But the point is, I can't record in the day because you can hear literally every single thing that's happening in the background in the recording. And trust me, I'm trying. There was this one time where I was like, you know what? I should just leave all this stuff in the background, because it actually sometimes adds to the ambience of the song itself. And no, I didn't do that. I just re-recorded it in the middle of the night. Because, yeah, it was kind of distracting how loud the horns of the cars and the honking and the racing bikes were. Really distracting. They were. But at night, there's trucks. So sometimes what will happen is you can hear the horn of a truck in a quiet section of something I'm recording. Like, if I haven't, like, if I'm waiting for, like, the next verse to start, and I'm waiting for the time to go on, and then there's just, like, a truck horn that just sort of, you can hear it, kind of. Not really, but enough where it's like, oh my gosh, I can notice that. And yeah, it's kind of bad, but it's also funny to me. It's also funny that it's probably not going to happen next year because I'll be moving anyways. And as far as I understand, I'm pretty sure I'm going to like soundproof my room as best as I can so that I don't have to deal with this anymore, because I refuse to. I'm not staying up till 3 a.m. in the morning just to record like 15 minutes of audio. It's insane how dedicated I am sometimes. And then other times I'm just like, I'm not gonna do it. Whatever. It'll be on a day where I'm gonna stay up late anyway, so that day I'll do it. But today, no. I don't know if you guys, like, if I turn off the noise suppression right now, I'm sure you guys will be able to hear what's outside, but it's really loud and I would rather just not. So, it's a no. It's a no from me. But yeah, I basically stayed up late yesterday, and so I slept until late today. When I woke up at 12 p.m. today, I was so hungry, and I ate my food and it was already 1. And I was like, okay, why is time going by so fast? Can you imagine, like, it's almost the end of September? I said almost twice because it's not like 28th September, but it's like 21st September, which is close to 28th, but not close to the 30th as much, you know? So, it's wild how fast time is going. And I genuinely sometimes can't imagine. I'm like, huh. Well, time went by freakily fast. How did that happen? But yeah, it's almost the end of September. I still have a lot of stuff planned for this week, like releasing more BGMs. And next week, releasing even more BGMs. Possibly another cover. We'll see. If I can get it done in time, it's happening. I mean, I'm gonna release it next week, yeah. Not gonna tell you guys the date though. That's top secret. That's a secret. You guys can wait for the surprise. But yeah, it was such a peaceful day today, because when I woke up at 9 something a.m., I told you guys that I was talking to Hex and then I went back to sleep, right? I woke up. I checked my messages in the morning, because sometimes I have messages from for work stuff, for stuff that I'm working on, and I want to make sure I reply to them as fast as possible, right? So I'm looking at all of my messages and I see a message from Hex, right? So I go to check it because, she's my best friend. I love her very much and I want to be as fast in messaging back as possible. So I see these messages and she's like, okay, she was just talking about her day yesterday, and then I replied to that, and later on, a little bit, literally 5 minutes later, she was like, do you have time for a call? And I was like, sure. And while we were talking, she's like, I was like, okay, so I know I don't sound like I'm she said something funny, so I was like, I want to laugh, but I also can't. And she's like, what do you mean you can't? And I'm like, I'm half asleep, I don't have the energy to laugh. And she's like, okay. And literally 2 minutes later, okay, she's like, I'm done with my story, you can go back to sleep. And I literally, after I was done with that call, I cut the call and I just went back to sleep, literally in 2 seconds. I was only awake to listen to Hex. I would have gone back to sleep if I wasn't listening to Hex, but she's so important to me and I must listen to her, whatever she says. I want to be there for whatever is happening. Does that make sense? But yeah. Yesterday, I was gonna have, I told you guys that I was gonna have pizza, right? And then I didn't end up having pizza, but I had some dumplings. Frozen dumplings in specific. I was gonna have pizza. My pizza got, they delivered the wrong pizza. Well, they just made the wrong pizza, I believe. But they delivered the wrong pizza. And so I'm still kind of hungry. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna have them frozen dumplings. It's fine. It's fine. And I have these frozen dumplings. And I only had 6 pieces. And I was full. And I was like, okay, I can't go to sleep just yet. But you know what I can do? I can read. I didn't end up reading anything because nothing was interesting that specific moment. But I kept seeing these videos about Stuff Your Kindle Day. I don't know what that is. I've never even heard of it until I realized that it was just about getting free books. Apparently it's for 2 days this month, which is 20th to 22nd, I believe. A lot of books are available for free. So if you're somebody who reads, you should also go and get free books. And yeah, some people said that you just had to go to the book section on Amazon to find all the free books and download them. All the free books you can find, or all the free books you're interested in. But I'm sure there's more resources, so I would definitely encourage you guys to go and Google it, because I'm gonna do the Stuff Your Kindle thing today because I have time today. So Yeah. You know, Thursday is one of those days that I don't really like. Cause like in school, Thursday was one of those days that I had a lot of classes in, you know? And in like my first year of college, Thursday was always the day that like I had so much stuff going on. Like there was this one Thursday, like in my third semester. No, in my second semester, in my first year of college, right? There was my Thursday, like my course schedule for Thursday was like the whole day was classes with the same professor, with the same exact teacher, for like 3 different classes, and one of them was 3 hours long. So you can imagine my like absolute I detested Thursday with a passion. I was just like, I hate this. I don't know why I have to do this. Like, this is such a, like, this sucks. I don't know why I'm like lumped in with one teacher. Like, not any other guy, but just one of them. And like, he's also a teacher, like, because most of my subjects I'd had to study by myself anyways. Like, it would be worse. It would be worse. Because like I was the only student, so I couldn't even miss any of those classes, because then like obviously the teacher will be like, hey Mew, where the heck are you? Like, you're the only person who's supposed to attend and you decided not to. Like, if I didn't want to attend a certain class, or if I was sick or something, I would have to let them know beforehand, like the morning or the day before preferably. But I just really dislike Thursdays. But you know what I do like about Thursdays? The fact that it's a Friday after Thursday. And also, like, I dislike Thursdays. Okay, the one thing that I did like about Thursdays when I was in my first year of college, literally last year, was that, see, for most of like assignment submissions, right, and project submissions and like final exams and stuff, they would end on Wednesday. So Thursday was like a completely free day usually. So if it was like, because I had to submit assignments and do tests every 2 weeks. And like, they weren't like short assignments. They were like proper assignments that I would get graded on. They would add to my like overall cumulative grade point average, right? So, like, I liked Thursdays only because it meant that I was done with all the submissions and most of the tests. Like, it meant that I was done with the hubbub of that specific week. But yeah, then again, I do dislike Thursdays immensely. I had so much stuff going on every single Thursday that I was just like always so not free. And it sucked. But we usually had performances on Friday, so like, it was literally called Friday Performance. By the way, they couldn't think of a creative name, so they just called it Friday Performance. And so, like, we would have to, like, sometimes, because all of us were so busy, like, all of the people that were in my band, all the people who were in my ensembles, like, anyone who's, like, participating in anything, like, even their own performances or other people's, they'd be so busy the whole week, because they would put the performances on in the weeks where you would have assignments and tests. So you didn't have that much time to practice either. So Thursday was the last day you could, like, actually do anything. So Thursdays were also packed because of that, because we'd all be doing last minute practices and last minute rehearsals and everything. And so like Thursdays were just always so packed. But Fridays were good, you know? Especially after performances. There was this one time where me and my friends, after one of my, like, not my performance, but a performance that I was basically hosting the event that day. Most of the time I was hosting the event. It was like the worst thing I could have done. I don't know why. Like, in my third semester, I was like, I don't have time to do this, so can somebody else take over this responsibility of hosting the event? So like, whoever would have to host the event basically had to go up on stage and like announce the names of the people who are participating and the songs that they'd chosen and the people who were in their band, etc, right? I did it in my second semester and my third semester. And in my third semester, I genuinely didn't have time to do any of this. I was so busy. And I was like, can somebody else please take this responsibility? And you know what the teacher who was like, the person who was in charge told me? They were like, no one else wants to do this, so you're gonna have to. You don't have a choice no more. And I was just like, this is so sad. and also kind of insane. Like, I don't know why you would put me up to this, because like I'm clearly the worst person. Not that I am, I'm really good at that stuff, but like just that I didn't have time and I didn't want to be part of like the back end stuff and for that like specific semester. But in that semester I also did some voice acting work for my like college's one of their events. They had me like read out. It wasn't really like voice acting. They just had me like voice over a presentation that was going to be presented for like bunch of people, and I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. And it was like really okay. Like it was finished in like one afternoon as well. It was great. I was so happy that I was done with that, and I was like, oh wow, I did something, you know? It was nice. I liked it. That was fun. The voiceover part was fine. It really didn't make much of a difference. I was talking about like just being part of stuff is fun. But yeah. I don't like being the MC for like events that end up being like my responsibility just because I'm somebody who's like part of the team. Because all the performers, they didn't have to do like much of like the cleanup work or whatever. The first time I did the MC thing, I helped with the cleanup because I thought like that was something that I had to do. But the second time, like the second semester that I did, like aka my third semester, I just couldn't help with cleanup work ever because I was just always rushing to the next place that I had to be at. Usually home, because the performance would end at like 7 p.m. and we like a lot of the times like I would go out with my friends and like all the people I perform with or all the people who were performing. So we'd go out to have like dinner and like so basically we'd leave. By the time like cleanup work started, we'd be gone. And I was kind of glad because that meant I didn't have to do all the work helping people clean up all the cables and stuff. But I also felt kind of bad because I was like, oops, I could have helped, but I didn't because we were already like gonna go out. So when did I decide I wanted to proceed? Okay, it was like I've wanted to be a musician for a very long time, like basically since I was 2 years old. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure, like not even pretty sure, many people have told me that I've been talking about being a musician since I was 2 years old, like literally. But like when I actually started, like I think it was in 6th grade when I was like, I want to do this like actually full time. So that's when I really understood what like colleges were and like what higher education was. So I went to research colleges that like are for music, and it was in 6th grade, and then I was like, I want to go to this specific college and I want to study this thing in that college specifically. And that's like it was in 6th grade that I was like, I'm gonna do music. That's it. That's my life now. Why is the what happened to my tracking? Hello. Oh, okay, it's back. Or maybe it's not. What's going on? Oh, okay, wait. Huh? Did it work or not? Huh. Wonder what happened to my tracking. Oh, okay, so is it working now? Yeah, it's still kind of stuttery. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, basically I decided in 6th grade that sixth grade. Why? Yeah, basically I decided in 6th grade that I was gonna study music in the future, and then I did do that. For a while though, in like 11th grade, I was like, maybe I should drop music and study something else, and I was gonna study archaeology if I wasn't gonna study music. And yeah, that didn't happen. I ended up studying music anyway. I might have studied archaeology if I hadn't gotten like a really good opportunity with the college that I went to last year, but I'm glad that I didn't study archaeology. Like I really like history and I would have been so very happy to do that as well, but music makes me really happy. Like it makes me feel like I'm supposed to do that, so I want to do that. in the future as well, and which I am doing that, so it's nice. It's good. No, it's the... Why is she frozen? What's going on? I think this is a sign that I have to read cat mew. It feels like a sign that I have to read cat mew. Especially with the derpy IXY movements that sometimes happen, like... I mean, I kind of get scared sometimes when I see, like, one of the eyes just, like, sort of stationary and the other one moving. It looks like a lazy eye even though I don't have one. They're supposed to be linked, by the way. I don't know why it does that. But oh well. I find it hilarious in retrospect, you know, it's like, oh, funny. But yeah, it was in 6th grade. Like, actually, I remember, like, sitting my mother down and explaining to her which college I wanted to go to and how much it would cost and everything. And then I did the same for my dad, and he just sort of forgot about it, but that's not the point here. Like, I just mean, like, it was a while ago. Like, it was, like, 8 years ago, I think. When was I in 6th grade again? I don't remember. I think 2013 or 14. So yeah, about... Wait, if it was 2013, I was 10 years old. Oh yeah! Wait, it's been more than 8 years. What? How long in my life have I been, like, dedicated to this goal of mine? Way too long, I imagine. Not really. I mean, like, I was pretty determined. Even when people told me, especially because I don't know what it is about, like, people who don't know anything, not like the first thing about music or the industry or, like, how you get into it. They would come up to me and be like, you know, this is just, like, not a practical, like, career choice. Even though, like, technical... Okay. So, like, at that point of time in my life, I thought going into the music industry just meant performing. And obviously that isn't, like, practical for everyone. But, again, I have done 10 plus years of classical music. And like, more than 3-4 years of contemporary music. So, like, I would say I have a good base to work with, you know, like I'm strong in my base at least. But what I meant was, like, there would be people who know nothing about music or the industry or like the kind of jobs that you can get in the music industry, because it's not just performance. There's a lot more happening, like, you know, there's like audio engineering stuff, and that's needed basically everywhere. Like any event, any live event, any, like, even recorded events, like, and you have people who are producers, you have people who are mixers, and you know, like, people who master and people who compose music. And I just didn't know that that was a thing. I just thought that, like, the main thing in music is performance, even though there's so much more. And when I finally did realize that there was so much more that you could do in the field, like, I was like, I'm so glad I decided to do this, because, like, just performance has never been my goal. Like, I've always written my own music, and I like writing my own music. And so I was like, I'm so glad that, like, composition is something that you can do. For some reason, when I was young, I thought everybody who sang songs, any songs, they wrote the songs. Even though, like, that's not true. A lot of people don't write their own music, and they just purchase music, and then they just, you know, like, make it their own. By that, I mean they sing it. And they get, like, their own producers to produce it, and that's, like, their own song now. But the writing credits still go to the person who wrote it. And, like, in the same way, I didn't realize that people could write their own music. Or, well, no, people could buy my music. I don't think anyone wants, like, I don't think I'm ready to sell my music, because I don't think, like, I've reached the point where I feel comfortable doing that. I would rather just use my music for myself. Because I end up writing a lot of music that's, like, my own. Like, this is something that I want to put out as my own, like, work. Not for other people to take. But At some point, I'd love to write music that other people sing as well, you know, like that I can be like, okay, so you want to buy this specific song that I wrote? Yeah, you can have it. I'm okay with selling it. But yeah, I've written a lot of songs since I was young. I have like this really old notebook that's basically tattered, like it's completely falling apart. But that's also because I don't treat it well. Like it's been slammed around, it's been stuffed in random places. Right now, it's comfortably inside my old songbook. But before that, it was just like sort of floating around in various places. But I wrote so many like songs when I was young, like before, like around 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade. And then after that, I'd gotten a new songbook, so I wrote a lot of songs in those books and lots of poems. And now I have the newest songbooks, the most recent one I bought like a year ago. And I've written quite a few songs in those as well. Like there's a lot of unfinished work because sometimes I have like this like these ideas that I think are really good, so I write down just like parts of the song and then I work on them when I feel like I'm ready to continue it. But yeah, the most recent song I wrote was like, it was a week or two ago, I think. I just finished talking to one of my friends and I was like going through like, not like going through like distress or something, but it was just like it wasn't a bad day. It was just like a weird mind situation. Like my brain was doing stuff, and like it wasn't like necessarily good things. So I like ended up like being inspired in my moment of like pain or whatever, and I wrote a song out of that, and it's a really good song as well. I sent it to my friend who I was talking to, and she was like, yeah, this is a nice song. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah. I tend to write music really fast, like, especially with the song that I just started. I like, if I have like a really well developed idea, I'll finish it in like 10 minutes maximum. That's like a lot of time for me. Would I say, yeah, I mean, everyone has their own perspective and they're all valuable and they're all correct from their, like, you know, it's correct for everyone. Like, my perspective doesn't necessarily have to be agreeable with everyone else's, but I'm open to listening to everyone else's perspective. The same way that I don't have to accept it. If it doesn't make sense to me, I don't have to accept it. But I'm like, I'm opening to hearing different ideas and different values from mine. It's like hard to convince me. I'm a very stubborn person. So I do stuff that I want to do, and I won't like, if you can convince me, that's because you know me well enough to know what would convince me. But normally, I'm not easily convinced of something. Like if you say, oh my gosh, Mew, like, just like as a an example, if somebody was like, oh my gosh, Mew, you should start eating meat because XYZ reasons, but like I have my own reasons why I don't eat them, mostly because I don't like it. I don't have anything against people who eat meat, I just don't like meat, so I don't eat it. But like, same way, they wouldn't be able to convince me to suddenly like meat or eat meat just because they said so. But that's something, like, again, that's something I already have a very, like, I have experienced it. I'm very open to trying new things. Food, experiences, people, all that's jazz, you know? But once I've formed an opinion, I would say it's hard for me to change my opinion easily. I would say it's easy for me to change my own opinion easily, but it's hard for people to change my opinion easily. It's hard for other people to influence my opinion, but it is easy for me to change my opinion. It's like a flick of a switch. Like, sometimes people piss me off when I first meet them, and then I talk to them a little bit more and I'm like okay with them. And that might just be because like I was pissed off that day, and so this just sort of added to like my pile of like brain hurties. But yeah, if it's just me and I'm trying to convince myself to think of something different, or like you know, change my opinion about something, it's not that difficult for me because I like to brainwash myself. It's like my best tactic for changing my own mentality, my own mindset, and my own perspective about something. But it's hard for other people to do that to me. Like if you try and like change my opinion about something, like yeah, like that's what I mean. Like if it's a bed, like oh my gosh, how do I explain this? I feel like I did not explain it well, and I don't think I know how to explain it well, but okay. So like when I say that, it's like if you show me that this path that I've decided to like look at, there's something better that still fits my like moral code and like the way that I want things to be, then obviously I'll pick it. But if it's something that you're just arbitrarily saying, oh my gosh, it's better, but it's completely different and it has nothing to do with what I want, then it won't change my opinion. Basically, it's like if you're rational and what you say makes sense to me, I'll accept it. If whatever you say doesn't make sense to me, I probably will not care about what you're saying. I'll still listen because I'm open to listening. I'm not open to agreeing every single time. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes more sense than it did before. Hopefully. Sometimes it's hard to communicate what you're trying to like express or what you're trying to tell other people. Because it's like my words make sense to me, but sometimes don't make sense to other people. And that's why I would rather just ask, hey, does that make sense? Or am I just being, you know, am I just saying random shit that you don't understand? Which is also fine. But yeah. There's like, I need to sneeze. Like, last night, I don't know what happened, but I was sneezing so much. Like, couldn't stop sneezing. Oh my gosh, there's a sneeze stuck in my nose. Why? Every single time it happens that there's a sneeze stuck in my nose, like I start becoming kind of squinty-eyed. Because it's like, you know, like how you sneeze and you know how people say you can't sneeze with your eyes open? I genuinely do believe you can't do that because it's like so hard. Because your eyes just want to shut, like your eyes just want to close whenever you're like trying to sneeze. And that's why I become squinty-eyed when there's a sneeze stuck in my nose, because like my eyes are trying to close so I can sneeze, but like the sneeze is stuck. So like nothing's happening. I just feel really, yeah. It's still stuck though. It's not going anywhere. Actually, I think I'm okay now. Hey, yeah. I have like this thing that if I start sneezing, have you guys ever heard of this thing that if you like stop your own sneeze, like if you like block your own sneeze, you can like crack your ribs and it can pierce your heart and you can die from internal bleeding? Because I'm really paranoid about that. When I was like a few years ago, like I used to like close my nose whenever I was sneezing. Like I would pinch my nose shut because I would find it inconvenient to sneeze in public places. Not that it's like gross or anything, or just like it was distracting to myself, so I would do that. And then I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I read somewhere that if you stop your sneezes, you can crack your ribs or break your ribs, and that can pierce through your heart and lungs, and you can die from that. And I'm not scared of dying, but that seems like a painful way to go, okay? And I don't really necessarily like pain. So I was like, I'm never gonna block my sneeze again. And I don't do that anymore. But there was one time where I sneezed so hard, I thought I cracked my ribs. And I was so scared. And I went to my mom and I was like, Mom, I think I cracked my ribs. Like, I think I'm gonna die. I think we should go to the hospital. My paranoia, like, I'm like paranoid about the weirdest shit though, like this. This is I'm very paranoid about this. Like holding my sneeze in or like blocking my sneeze. I'm so paranoid about that. I always think I'm gonna die if I do that, so I just stop doing it altogether. You know? Yeah, it is difficult to put an opinion until you talk to someone. But like, okay, to explain, if you're in like a lot of online communities, you have experience in like figuring out what kind of people you're talking to, right? Like, if you're new to it, then yeah, I guess you would feel that, oh my gosh, I probably can't like really decide how they are or how they aren't until I meet them in real life. But the thing is, a lot of people are way more open about themselves online. To be fair, I generally differ offline as well. I am quite very much... I'm stuck again. What the heck? Well? Oh, okay. Huh? Do your eyes pop out if you hold your sneeze? That is a new thing for me to be concerned and paranoid about. More reasons to never hold my sneezes in. Hi Bax. I don't think so. I do feel like people are way more open about everything in their life when they're online. Especially if they're in like a community. Like, so a lot of my friends, we all have this server that we're part of. And it's like a friend server mostly, but like we're all like quite very much open about our own lives. Like, unless it's like super personal, super sensitive information, like where we live or, you know, like bank account numbers and shit. I have noticed that a lot of people that I know IRL are more like open online because it's just the anonymity is easier. No one knows who you are. That way you can say whatever you want with basically no consequences, you know? But I do feel like if you have experience talking to people or you're somebody who talks to people and strangers often, then you can probably gauge what kind of people they are a few times. Like, even if you've just met them. You know? But convincing someone, that just depends on your personal, like, your own, like, capability, really. If you're persuasive, you can you can convince anyone of anything. But sorry, I just gave you one of my intrusive thoughts. No. Now I'm actually worried that if I ever if I ever like stop a sneeze, my eyes are gonna pop out. And you know, that's a good thing because you shouldn't stop your own sneezes. That's not good for health, so. I just yawned. Excuse me. But yeah, if you're persuasive, whether online or offline, you can persuade someone. No big deal. This is a completely random question, but do you guys like lemonade? Or lemon water? Because, I'm someone who often drinks lemonade. Like, every few days, I would say. Like, for no reason at all. I just feel like, if I'm getting tired of drinking, like, soft drinks or carbonated beverages, I'll drink lemonade. You know? My nose is itchy. All the more reason to believe that I'm gonna sneeze soon, but it's still stuck. It's like the real lemonade, no Sprite. It's not carbonated. It's just water, sugar, and lemons. I like lemon water lemonade more than I like super sweet lemonade. Like when there's more lemon than sweetness, because I don't like it when it's so sweet. But I've realized that I drink a lot of lemonade, like for no reason. There's no apparent reason. Like there's more drinks that I can drink. I just drink a lot of lemonade. Exactly, it's good for you because it has electrolytes. That's also part of the reason. Like if I feel like I'm not getting enough minerals, then I will drink lemonade. It's good for you. This is also another random questions, but have you guys ever had warm water with salt? This is a real question, by the way. Have you guys ever had, like, just drink warm water with a little bit of salt in it? Because that's also good. Yummy ocean water. But ocean water is really salty and definitely not something you should drink, so... Warm water with salt is, like, so good. I really love it. Like, it's my preferred form of warm water to drink. Like, if I gotta drink warm water, like, if my throat feels kind of irritated or whatever, I'll drink warm water with salt. Because I don't like salt. Like, I don't like warm water by itself. Because it's like, I don't know. It makes me feel like my throat's really dry. That's what I always feel like. Whenever I drink just warm water, I always feel like it dried out my throat. And I don't know what the logic behind it is. Or why I feel like that. Because according to other people, warm water is so good. Oh my god, we love warm water. But like, I really dislike warm water. Even when I'm sick, I would rather not have warm water. I would rather just have normal room temperature water. Like, I've always avoided warm water like it's the plague. Because it doesn't taste good. For heat stroke. Oh. Are you talking about lemonade for heat stroke or warm water and salt for heat stroke? It's probably lemonade, right? Because having warm water while you're already warm seems like counterintuitive, but maybe it's not? Ah. I see, I see. Does it really help having warm water and salt when you have heat stroke? Did I tell you guys about the time that I had heat stroke and just ended up like becoming a puddle on my couch? Because it was bad. And it was like a few months ago too. I remember that day. I was like, I fell asleep on the couch, like I was taking a nap, but it was so hot for some god-awful reason, like the weather and climate change or whatever. But I got a heat stroke. And I ended up like basically... It's a weird thing our bodies do. I see. Yeah. Flesh bodies are weird. We should go for virtual ones. They have no problems at all except for lagging every once in a while. Problems. Everybody has problems. I mean, it depends if you're talking to a stranger or not. I mean, if it's someone you know, they definitely have more credibility than some random stranger online. You know? Because, like, I don't think you can trust everything people say, but if you know them, you can probably trust what they say, because what reason do they have to lie to you? And how does it... Especially, like, public figures. Because that definitely hurts their credibility. Because, like, they depend on that to, like, eat, you know? They depend on that to make that bread. So, I would say online people have, it just... I wouldn't believe a stranger on the street if they try to convince me of something in real life as well, okay? Even offline, even when I see them, I wouldn't just believe any random stranger, because it's sus if somebody just comes up to you and it's like... To explain, like, I will tell you guys about what happened. I got approached by a cult member last year in December. Yeah, it was like a cult. It was definitely a cult. They came up to me to try to, like, convince me that joining their cult would get me immortality. So you can imagine how that went. You know? And they went like, oh, you don't want to be immortal? You don't want to go to heaven? And I went, no, actually, I like hell. So they were just, yeah. Yeah, a cult. A cult. There were like 3 people. They came up to me and they wanted to show me their presentation about some sort of event that they were having. And I wasn't free. And I wouldn't be free even if I was free, because it was a cult, very obviously. They showed me their presentation, they gave me a brochure, and they were like, if you come and join this, and if you have like this, you know, bread and wine with us, because it was kind of related to religion, I believe. But they were like, you will go to heaven and you will become immortal. And I was like, I'm fine, thank you. But the thing is, I'm the kind of person who is okay with strangers taking up their time, because there was this one time that I talked to like two men the age of my grandfather for like 4 hours. They were really nice. They were very sweet. I even met up one of them before I was leaving Malaysia, but they were so sweet and they were so nice and they were giving me such good advice. But I literally didn't know them, dude. I went to like a food court with them too. It was the one close to my house and I just had a Coke. But like, I'm very sympathetic to strangers. I'm like very polite person. I like, if you meet me in real life and I don't know you and you ask me for help, I'll help you. I don't like to say no to like people, especially old people. Like if it's like people the age of my grandparents, because there was this old man, and he was standing under my building waiting for his friend, who's the other old man that I hung out with. They were very fun as well. They were very cute, but they were very nice to me. And he was just standing there and I was waiting for like a food delivery. So I started like talking to him because I felt kind of bad that he was just waiting in the sun. And I was like, oh, you should just, you know, you should sit down. There must be like a chair somewhere, like you can, you know, rest and stuff. And then I ended up talking to them for like 4 hours straight. I hadn't even showered that day, you know? Like, it was like 12 p.m. or something. I hadn't even showered. And I talked to these two people for like 4 hours. And it was so hot and I was so sweaty. And I was sure, like, I smelled of sweat. And I was like, okay, I hope they didn't notice that I smelled kind of bad, you know? Because I was so sweaty. And they were so nice. And they were really nice. They genuinely were. I didn't even have my wallet with me. So I was just downstairs to like pick up some food. Because I had gotten some stuff delivered. And so I was coming downstairs to get it so I could take it back up to my house. And I felt like bad for this old man who's like the same age as my grandfather. And I was like, if my grandfather was standing there, I'd want somebody to be nice to him and talk to him. Because he looked like, you know, I'm like, yeah. But yeah, this is like completely separate from the cult story though. The cult story was really funny because again, I'd gone to pick up some food, but this time I was going to the Domino's near my house and I'd gotten the food and I was coming back when they stopped me and they were like, do you want to be immortal? And I was like, no, thank you. And then they were like, oh, it's okay then. Like, can we at least just show you our presentation? As if that would somehow change my mind, which it didn't because the presentation was kind of bad, not gonna lie. I was like very unconvinced and I was also like, this is so cult behavior, wow. They literally were gonna ask me for money. Literally, they asked me for money actually. They were like, you should join our like some event that was like around dinner time, but it was not on the same day, it was on a different day. And they were like, yeah, if you want to join, just let us know and whatever. But like, they were so insistent on heaven exists. And I was like, you know, you believe what you want to, but if heaven exists, I want to be in hell. So, yeah. That was a really funny day too. I was just trying to get things done that day. I was like packing up, ready to move back to my house from Malaysia. It was like the last month there. And I was just eating out as much as I possibly could. Even though I eat out a lot here at home as well, but like, I meant like I was trying to eat all the stuff that I knew I would miss later on. Which included this one specific ice cream place. That was so good. and it was so cheap. It was really good and really cheap. Jeez. I was obsessed with that ice cream place indeed. I got like iced chocolates from there too, like so good. The iced chocolate from that specific shop was like chef's kiss. One time I'd gotten one on the way to college. It was like a little ways off. Like I would have to go into a separate alley to go to the convenience store where I could buy it. But I went there at like 7 in the morning to get my like iced chocolate because that's when it opened, and then went off to college because I had stuff to do in college and I had to like practice in the morning and stuff. So I went like really early that day too. Like it was so much fun. I miss living alone. Funny thing is, I even told my mom, like a few days ago I was telling my mom that I miss living alone, because like once you get used to it, right, you don't want to live with other people. It's so much fun being by yourself. And I can do stupid things like go out for ice cream at 3 a.m. in the morning. But also only like it's only possible not in the city that I live in, because the city that I live in, ice cream shops don't stay open till 3 a.m. Okay? The city that I live in is like pretty not great. Also, the building that I live in, I don't know why, but they like close the main door at like 10 p.m. It's so annoying. Like, I like to eat late at night, and so I can never like order food at like 2 a.m. in the morning. And I gotten kind of used to that idea. That kind of sucks, you know? But yeah. What? What if someone was able to convince you on some topic that might completely destroy your ideology, but they explain exactly the reasons would you adopt the opinion knowing it's opposite to your hope theory, etc.? What is hope theory, first of all? And if it's so easy to destroy my own ideology and convince me of something that I might not be convinced of normally, that's either they're so good or they're so close to me that they can completely change my views of the world, or two, they're just a charlatan and I'm just going along with whatever they say because I just don't want to waste my time arguing. I have many reasons to believe in the things I do, and I will continue to believe in the things I do because I know that they work for me and don't have to work for anyone else. So if suddenly somebody came to me and said something like completely opposite to what I believe, they would have to give me real reasons why I should believe it. Why would it help me to believe something that doesn't help me? That's saying that I've never considered the opposite ideology, but most people who have like decided for themselves that this is what I want to believe in have already thought of why they want to believe in that and why they would continue to believe in that. And if they don't, then that means they've also found either something better or something that changed their mind in the end. And that's also fine. It's not like deciding something for yourself is like completely certain today. It might be certain today, but you can change your mind anytime. Like, it's not like you were not allowed to. You can totally do whatever the heck you want. It's your life. You know? Bruh. No one's just correct. Like, everyone's right for their own perspective in their own ways. The perspective that you choose is because you thought that what they said made sense to you. So like, nothing is better than the other unless you decide it's better. Like, overall, like objectively, some people are not more correct than other people unless it's like stuff like fascism, which there is only one right opinion, you know? There's only one right opinion. There's no other opinion that you can choose because the other opinion is wrong. And if you choose that, then you're wrong. But like, it's not something like that. Life and your view on life and your view on the world is very, very adaptable. If that's what you want it to be, you can change how you think about certain things at any point of time, because they're like, you know, you decide what you want with your own life and what you want to believe in. And so, yeah, I don't know what, at this point, I'm not really sure what you're asking, so I can't even give you an answer. The question is too vague for me to give you an actual answer, you know? Oh my gosh. My sneeze that was stuck in my nose is back, and it's still stuck. So love that for me. I love having sneezes stuck in my nose. It's funnily enough, I think it happens more often these days than before. Maybe that's just because there's not like enough like sneeze to come out of, like, you know, it's like half a sneeze. You can't sneeze half a sneeze. You have a full sneeze or no sneeze, you know? So it's just stuck. I wonder if that makes any sense to anyone else. Because it makes sense to me. It's like, oh, like the sneeze is preparing itself for showing itself to the world, you know? It's like, it's not ready yet. It hasn't cooked enough. It's not fully cooked. And I think that's important in terms of sneezes. I think it's funny how much I sneeze off stream, but in stream, like, I don't think I sneeze nearly as much. Like, probably never. Never. How do you force a sneeze? I'm confused. How do you force a sneeze? Do you just go like that? But that doesn't work. That doesn't do anything. I'm just making a noise. Oh! Oh, wait. The looking up thing works, dude. I was almost gonna sneeze just now. Wow. That is genius. Wow, tickle your nose. I don't know how people tickle their nose, because like whenever I try it, I just feel like I'm scratching my nose. Like, do you use a feather? I don't have a feather, so like, is there something else, something I can substitute with? What's a substitute for tickling your nose with? Like, a feather is like soft and it has a lot of bristles, so like you get like lots of like surface area. What else is something like that? I guess you could use like cotton. Like, you could put cotton on a stick and then just like tickle your nose with it. Take a small piece of paper and put it in your nose. What if it gets stuck? What if it gets stuck? What would we do then? I would have to go to the doctor, you know, and they would have to like take it out. This is one horror story that I know of. It's not like a horror story, isn't it scary? But it's just like, it is kind of scary, but it's like someone, like, there was this one time that this teacher told us not to put stuff in our nose because like if it gets stuck, they would have like, you know, you would have to go to the doctor and then they'd have to like cut open your nose to take it out. And for like young kids, that was like such a big deal, right? Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go to the doctor and they're gonna have to cut my nose and they're gonna have to take this stuff out that I stuffed it in, because apparently it had happened to a kid before. So they had to take the kid to the hospital and the doctor had to like cut the nose, like, so that they could like pull the thing out. But yeah, that definitely put me off of putting stuff in my nose. I'm very easily like I'm easily paranoid about stuff like this. Where it's like, what if something gets stuck in your nose and then you can't take it out and you have to go to the doctor and then they have to take it out, you know? Oh, like using the tip of the paper to tickle your nose. Okay, yeah, I feel like that might work, but I don't have paper right now either. So we're gonna try this after stream if I still have a sneeze stuck in my nose. But right now, all I have is like an itchy nose. The sneeze left again. I don't know. It's like being all hot and cold, you know? Do you guys like the sound of like when you like tap your nails on glass? I think that sounds really pleasing normally, but like it sounds like you know, there's like an instrument like that where if you have like different glasses that have different levels of like liquid in them and you like tap them to make the music. I've seen a concert like that. I didn't actually watch it in real life. I watched a video of the concert, but it was so cool. Yes, a glass harmonica. God damn it, I forgot the name for a second. Thank you for reminding me. That is like such a cool instrument. Every single time I think about using it in one of my compositions or like wanting to use it, it just doesn't fit. But it just sounds so good and pleasing. Like it's so clean. I'd love to actually go and listen to a glass harmonica concert. It sounds like such a fun time. You know? It sounds like a wonderfully fun time. The ring that I broke is just sitting on my like desk. And I don't know what to do about it anymore. Like I just feel bad that it's broken. Maybe I should put it in a box and give it to my mom so she can get it repaired. But like looking at it makes me sad. It's like why did it break? I've been wearing it for like so many months now. Literally like 10 months. You like the sound, but you hate doing it because the feel in the tip of your finger gives the, the creeps. Yeah, well, right now I have long fingernails. I have to cut them short again. Like, I normally would have done that way earlier, but I got lazy the past few weeks and let it grow longer. So, normally my fingernails are short so that I can play the keyboard, the piano. It's easier that way, you know? Everyone knows that though. But yeah, there's this one person that I saw who was playing the piano with longer fingernails. And I thought that's just how people play the piano for some reason. But it was like quite a few years ago. So I was convinced that you're supposed to keep your nails long for the piano, but it's the opposite. You're not supposed to keep your nails long for the piano. Like, it was for like a year or so that I thought that people played piano with long nails, saying that looks so elegant and beautiful, but actually it doesn't. It just doesn't. I don't know how like proficient you must be to be able to play piano with longer like nails, but it ain't it for me. It just gives a lot of like tapping noises, like in the bad way. I just can't recreate it. My nose is really itchy again. And I don't even know why. Like, why is it so itchy? I didn't do anything to it. The duality of wanting to play guitar and to play piano. But like the thing is you can totally play guitar and the piano. Like with short fingernails. Like it's not like you need long fingernails to play the guitar. It's like an accent thing only. Like if you want to play with long fingernails, you can do that, but it's not like you can't do that with short fingernails because the plectrum exists and we are so thankful for it. When I first started learning how to play the guitar, I remember like the thing that I remember the most is my teacher like telling me why don't I practice when I learned stuff that fast. And I was just like, well, you know, if I learn it so fast, why do I need to practice? And so he was like, no, you must practice at least twice every single week. Like, not including our classes together. So I did do that for a few like weeks and then just stopped because I was like, I don't want to practice, bro. So boring practicing. That was also quite a few years ago. Before that, I was learning the Spanish guitar. No, wait, not the Spanish guitar. The different guitar. Whatever. It was a guitar that had like... I honestly still don't remember how to play it because I stopped like a few months after I started learning it. But I remember being like weirded out by what I was doing because I was like, that does not seem like how people play the guitar. And now I'm thinking that I was learning a different kind of guitar in the first place. And then he just told me that it was an acoustic guitar just to like make me feel better. The teacher I'm talking about. But then the second time I started learning guitar, it was like an acoustic guitar. So I was glad for that. It was fun learning guitar. I really liked my guitar teacher. He was really cool. He knew a lot about music and was very open about explaining stuff to me. Oh no, not classical guitar. It was not classical guitar. I don't know what kind of guitar it was. I don't remember much about it. I just remember like it had like this steel cylinder thing that you had to hold to actually play it. Like instead of your fingers, you'd hold the steel cylinder thing. And you'd have to wear like finger guards to play the strings. And I don't remember what that's called, but I know it exists because I saw videos of it after I'd already stopped learning how to play that kind of guitar. And I already don't have it anymore, so. I lost the steel cylinder thing. Yes, a slide guitar. That's what it's got. Like, it's... I keep forgetting the name because I never remember it. Yeah, like the blues people. Except he never taught me any blues. That teacher never taught me any blues. He just wanted me to play like normal music on it. And I was like, okay, sure. Like, it feels really weird, but sure, you know? You tried learning guitar, but you got bored. Yeah, it's a very labor intensive, not gonna lie. Every single time I've tried to learn guitar, which is like twice. Both times was quite a different experience because the first time I had a lot of questions that were never answered, and the second time all of my questions got answered, but I just didn't practice ever. So cheers to me. But then also, once you get into music, you know practicing is hard. I envy the people who practice religiously. I don't know. I know a few people who do that, but unless I have something to practice, I feel like I don't want to practice in the first place. But yeah. One of my friends, she's very dedicated to practicing. Maybe not every single day, but enough that it counts, you know? So, like, her skills actually improve quite fast. She's, like, very inspirational that way. I very much admire her for, like, her dedication. I don't think I'm nearly as dedicated. Like, I do practice, just... It's quite... not the same. I practice the stuff I like and don't like to practice the stuff I don't like, but you know, you're supposed to practice the stuff that you don't like also. So you get that so much, but that's your ADHD mood. Isn't it like everyone who does music just doesn't practice like collectively? Yeah, like I like playing, but I hate practicing. Exactly. But if you like the duality, like the worst part is that if you don't practice, you don't get better. So like it's hard to play the stuff you want to play in the end. So like you have to practice if you want to get better, but like you don't like practicing, and it hampers your ability to play. That's why I don't like practicing at all. Bye, Crown. Safe travels. Yeah, practicing is like such a I there was like this like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I had like this thing that I was gonna practice every single day for a month straight, and it was gonna be like a specific kind of practice. I was trying to like improve on one thing. I didn't end up doing that. I sort of lasted for like 2 weeks before I ended up like being like, I can't do this, man. This is too much work. But like in those 2 weeks, I actually improved so much. I improved like a hell of a lot. And I was like, wow, you really do improve when you practice every single day, right? Even if it's just for an hour, like I feel like you improve so much, but like it's so hard to get yourself to do it. I kind of want to put myself back in that position where I'm practicing every single day. I think I could probably do it now even more than before. Because it's like I'm already doing something every single day, right? Like it's like the discipline is there at least. But yeah. It really is hard to convince yourself to do stuff like for your own good sometimes. Which also reminds me, this is nothing to do with practicing or music, but like, you know how we're playing Call of the Sea tomorrow? Do you guys know how long I've had that game? When it came out on Epic Games for free, like when they were giving it away, that's when I got it. It has been like months since I've had it, and this is the first time that I'm actually playing it. The first time. Like, I'm not even kidding. The first time. Okay, well, maybe it's not the first time because I like tried to like I tried to like turn it on the after a few days after I'd first gotten it to see what that looked like. I mean, I was very happy with how it looked like. Call of the Sea. Call of the Sea. The sea as in yeah, oh no, it's sea, yeah. Pretty sure it's like what is it inspired by? I keep forgetting what the storyline or whatever it is. So like genuinely like I have no idea what this game is about because I didn't pay attention to it. The first time I got it, it was only because it was there for free that I like was like, oh my gosh, I should totally get. Oh, okay, wait. Call of the Sea is an otherworldly tale of mystery and love set in the 1930s South Pacific. Explore a lush island paradise, solve puzzles, and unlock secrets in the hunt for your husband's missing expedition. I see. Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure it has like some Cthulhu Lovecraftian stuff happening because I remember hearing something about that somewhere. But I'm I'm quite excited to play it. Ha ha ha. Wow. Apparently its soundtrack is good, which is exciting because I like games that have good music. It looks like a really cool game because when I was watching the trailer the first time that I was going to get it, like even though it was for free, so I was just gonna, I was just gonna get it for no reason because it was for free. So it's like, it looks really good though, which is exciting. The only thing I remember when I started playing it the first time, like I played like literally 2 minutes of it, and then I stopped because I was like, no, I'll wait. I'll wait until I stream it and then I will play it. I remember just like the first 2 minutes just being swimming. Not including the cutscene because there was quite an extensive one. But yeah, I have a bunch of the free games from Epic Game Store. Like so many. There's genuinely so many free games that they've put out that I must, I must like at least play quite a few of them on stream because off stream I don't do much. That's not true. I read a lot off stream. At some point, I want to read on a stream because I think I have interesting opinions while I'm reading, and I want everyone to see that. Like, it'll be like a read along, but I still haven't figured out how that's gonna go. So, you know, what is that? There's something like, oh my gosh. Yeah. I still haven't figured out how it's gonna go, so we're definitely gonna only have that happen and when I figured it out. Like, I really want to do like a watch along, but only on Discord for now, because I don't think anyone wants to watch along on YouTube yet. Or like, I genuinely don't think it's like, I want to do a watch along properly once I have membership available. So after we monetize, that way, like, that can be like a membership stream thing, you know? But for now, I definitely want to do a watch along of like something, but like only on Discord, because why not? It'll be like a movie night. Which, do you guys, I already talked about this, but I have a movie night planned with friends on the 30th, right? And we're just watching One Piece from the beginning, because I'm the one who said I wanted to watch it, because I've never watched it from the beginning. Like, I haven't watched One Piece at all, like the anime. I'm not talking about the live action, because I already watched that. But I said we would watch it from the beginning, but when we decided it, for really bad movies, yes, I love movie nights for really bad movies, because then you guys can, like, we could, like, all of your friends can, like, bash the movie together. Oh, the anime, yeah. Because I haven't watched it. So I was like, I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it alone. My exact words were exactly that, by the way. Like, I was, like, talking in my friend's, like, server, and I was like, I want to watch One Piece, like, from the beginning, but I don't want to watch it alone. Like, does anyone want to watch it with me? And because it was more than one person, I ended up being like, okay, let's just make it, like, a group thing, so we can all watch it together. And that's gonna happen on the 30th. And I'm very excited for it because, you know, it's a fun day. It'll be really fun. Because I haven't done a movie night with my friends since, like, last year. And it's been a while. Because we used to have almost monthly movie nights. Almost, I say monthly, because it wasn't every single month, but it was almost every single month. But then I just didn't have time this year, or last year really. But last year I still had just a little bit more time, and we did one movie night before I got really busy and I couldn't do any more movie nights. But like, I'm excited to get back into the groove of watching stuff with my friends, because I haven't been watching much of anything at all. So it'd be nice to watch stuff with my friends, you know? Plus it's fun. Plus it's like really fun. And I know, like, once I start watching One Piece, I'll continue it by myself and, like, watch whatever we could watch with my friends, and watch whatever I want to by myself. But it'll be fun nonetheless. Like, I really enjoy spending time with my friends. It's like one of my favorite things to do in life, other than reading and writing music, you know? This is the first time I've like put writing music above, like, just listening to music, you know? But I really do enjoy writing music. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. It really is. And also eating. I like eating. Eating is like so much fun. It genuinely is. Like, I don't know about other people, but for me, food holds a really big, like, place in my entertainment life. And entertainment section of my life. Like, yeah, sure, watching shows and listening to music and reading books and whatever, and like having fun with friends, but like food. Oh my, do I love food. I go out of the way to go and try new things. And I really do enjoy it, like, a lot. Yeah, I just choked on my own breath. And I don't know what to say. Eating is good. Yeah, it is so good. I like cooking as well, but I like eating more. Even if it's bad. Yeah, even if it's bad, it's good. I still feel like kind of like sleepy, even though I slept so much. Like, it might just be because it's like raining and it's like the perfect weather to take a nap. It's like so good outside. Like just before I was starting stream, I was like I went towards the shelf, like the shelf in my room, and it's next to the window. Okay, and the only reason that's important because most of the time my curtains are drawn because I find like the light really harsh on my eyes, so I keep the curtains drawn like quite a lot of the times, most of the day basically, and part of the curtains don't cover the like a specific section on the windows that's like kind of halfway through blocked by the shelves that are there, and that's the only reason why the shelves are important. But because I was going to the shelf and I could see outside the window and I saw that it was raining, and I was just like I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I think it's still raining, maybe, I'm not sure, because I can't see out the window because the monitors that are in front of me block the window mostly completely. But yeah, it was raining and I was just like, wow, this is the perfect weather to fall asleep in. Like, you know, just like nap. It's so nice and cozy and you just are so warm and it's just so good. I have rain food. Oh my gosh, we have like, there's this, so rain food is like fried food usually for us, right? Like, it's just a lot of vegetables fried up. You can eat them. They're so good with like dips. Chef's kiss, they're like the best kind of rain food. And you have tea. A lot of people like to drink tea in the rain. I personally like having fried food in the rain because it tastes really good that way. And the funny thing is, like, after stream I'm gonna be eating, right? Because I had lunch. I mean, my lunch wasn't really my lunch. I was like, the instant noodles are more breakfast than lunch anyways, so like after stream I'm gonna have like lunch, which is like, it's gonna be 4 p.m. So like having lunch at 4 p.m. is like stupid, but I'm gonna have fried sago balls. They're really good. I really like sago as well. I don't know, do you guys know what sago is? It's made of it's like similar to boba. Like, it's made of the same kind of ingredients, but it's not the same because sago is smaller and it's also chewy. And but the thing is, you prepare sago differently because here, like how we prepare it is we soak it for the whole night for like 8-ish 9-ish hours, and then you mix it with whatever the heck you want, or you just prepare it by itself. And my favorite way to eat it is like you mix it with mashed potatoes and put in a lot of spices, and then you pan fry it, or you like fry it in deep in like oil, and it's so good. It's like either eat it as a cutlet or eat it as like fried balls, and they're so good. You don't need cheese or anything on top of them either. They're just so good by themselves. I like absolutely adore them. I eat them. I can't eat a lot, but like I still like eating those, even though I eat like 4 pieces and I'm like, I'm full. But they're so good, like delicious. My favorite way to have the cutlet is when they're like fried, like when they're like squashed really thin, and then they're all crispy and they're all so delicious, and it just tastes so good. And the sago makes it like really crispy as well. Like, the sago gives this like really like nice bouncy texture to it, but it also like when put in hot oil, it just crisps up so good, and it just tastes so good. And usually I've seen that like people eat sago as like in sweet desserts as well, but I've always preferred sago in like savory form. It just tastes so good, and it just goes so well with potatoes, and it's so good. If you ever get to try it, you should. Like, take the chance, try it. It's delicious. At some point I want to do like a cooking stream where like I cook on a stream, and it'll be really fun because like the thing is, I'm waiting. I think how do you type? How do I type what? Sago? Oh wait, Sago. Sago. It's sago, sago. Yummy. You check the recipes. I don't know if they have the savory version up anywhere, but you can check it. If you want, I can send a recipe because I shared it with my friends, and I'm pretty sure I can find the recipe that I shared with them to also share with you guys because it's really good, like delicious. But yeah, I really love sago. But like talking about cooking streams, I really at some point in the future want to do a cooking stream where like I cook on a stream. And the thing is, the only reason I want to do that is because I'm a really good cook. Like I'm not a bad, like I don't make bad food ever, or well, not often at least. Every once in a while I'll like try something new or like just go crazy and combine random shit together, and then it tastes kind of bad because you know you don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I cook really well. I make really good food, you guys. That's why you guys should wait until I do a cooking stream. So that way I can show off my skills. And it'll be so good because yeah. It's probably not gonna happen this year though. It's probably gonna have to wait until next year. I just am not equipped for cooking streams right now. Like my desk is not big enough for a cooking stream. And I don't have any ways to like transport my PC elsewhere or like get another desk or like table or something to like. But a good baker, oh my gosh, I see you. Is it because you like following recipes? Because like a lot of people often say that if you like following recipes, if you like being like to the like measuring everything, baking is easier. Because baking is very scientific and cooking is very like art form, you know, passion, full of interest and flair and whatever. But I like baking too. I'm a decent baker. I'm decent at baking. I make a good vegetarian cake without any eggs. I would say I make a good one because every single time that I've ever made one, it gets finished by my sister in like within the day. So it must mean she at least likes it that much. But I've never really played around with icing and stuff, so I couldn't do that. I could just bake a plain like a plain cake, like it's just cake, but it's so good warm, and you can like even. Oh, you put way too much spice on your food, so you kill your friends in the process. No. Yeah, you know, spice can kill people sometimes. I like spicy food. I'm not super good with it, but because I lost my spice tolerance because I haven't had a lot of spicy food since like in my house currently people don't make a lot of spicy food. But I like spicy food. I think it's good. Yummy yum. You know? I haven't had like something really nice and spicy in such a long time because like there's no actual big reason because I'm the only one who eats spicy food in my house. And yeah. That goes how it goes, you know. That obviously means that if I want to eat something spicy, I gotta make sure I only get it when I'm so hungry that I can finish all of it, which is not often, you know. I recently had these like they weren't like super spicy for me, but for the rest of my family they were, but like it was like a pleasant heat, but I had this like hand-pulled chili garlic noodle dish. It was so good. And it wasn't that spicy either. And I don't know why my sister was like, this is so spicy. How the heck? Like, why would you tell me it wasn't that spicy? And I was like, you ordered it. Like, I didn't even say that we should have this. Like, you're the one who said it. So, you deserve the consequences of your actions. And she got a really bad stomachache, so I kind of felt bad, but like, can you blame me? Spice is so good. That is the pain that I'm okay with. Kalish too, yeah. Exactly. My nose is getting blocked from the sneeze that refuses to leave. So like BRB, okay? I'm gonna go quickly and like try to sneeze real hard. But I don't want to do that on stream because it's weird to do that on stream. So like give me a second. I will BRB. Oh? Oh, wow. I didn't realize the BRB had just shifted to the side. Wow. I forgot that I muted it before I left. I remember to get rid of the BRB this time, you guys. I didn't end up sneezing, but I like kind of like blew my nose a little. I was almost gonna say blew my nose. I don't have a nose. I don't know what a nose is. That's not a body part. That's a knot. But yeah, I blew my nose. I blew my nose a little so that like whatever was blocking the way got, was like removed, I guess. But yeah, no sneeze, unfortunately. So sad, right? The block sneeze is forever gonna haunt my daydreams. That's so excessive, it really is. But yeah. You guys know, like, every single time, I just realized today that I had, like, the very old PNG. People would pay for cute girl sneezing. I know. I know they would. But the thing is, there's no sneeze. I just went to blow my nose, basically. I thought I would be able to sneeze if I, like, forced it out, but it didn't work, so I just blew my nose. And yeah, I don't think anyone wants to hear that. I feel like it sounds kind of gross, so. Back to what I was saying though. I forgot that I was using a very, very, very old PNG on the chatting with Mew thumbnail. And I can't believe that I forgot about it because I just realized today. And I was like, wait a second. I need to change that soon. Cause like dang, that PNG, I forgot how different she looks from like Mew right now sometimes. Cause she doesn't even have like a bottom mouth, like no bottom mouth line. That doesn't exist for her. Her halo's in a completely different position. So, you know. And her forehead looks the hugest that I've ever seen in a Mew. So, you know. But she has a huge forehead because her brain big, you know. Big brain. Nice. But yeah, I gotta change that. I will remind myself at some point that I have to change it, but it ain't right now. It's not right now because I forgot about it. I will forget about it right now, and then later on when I remember, I will change it. Haha. But yeah, it was like kind of shocking because I was like I realized when I was like typing the stream start alert, right? Like when I was pinging everyone. And then I noticed that the PNG that I had for that one, the was so old, and I was like, oh shit. I should probably update that. And I will. I swear I will. I will try my best to at least. I don't think we'll get anywhere like this. You know? I really have to read Cat Mew though. I'm gonna start on that today. I've been like procrastinating on it after like my failure the first time I tried to re-rig her. But this time I decided I'm just gonna use the same exact file because I don't want to do the hard work of making an entirely new file and doing everything again. So yeah, I was like, I'm so smart. Wow, look at me. Haha. I'm so smart. I truly believe that I am very smart because who else would think of doing the whole thing again? Because I did do the whole thing again and then it went wrong somewhere and then I was like, I'm not motivated enough for this right now. And so I like put it away for like 2 months straight. And it's now 2 months later and we're gonna pick it back up again and be like, we're gonna get this done. I want the Halo to not do the thing that it does because it looks very awkward and makes my head hurt, you know? But yeah. I find it really distracting to have like the what is it called? Yeah. You know like the like red notification for pings. Right? Like on Discord. I find them really distracting. And I always want to like get rid of all of them. But also I feel really lazy about it, so I don't want to do that anyways. Like I'm like, oh, why would I do that? Just let me just leave it that way, you know? And then every once in a while after it's gotten to like 1000 pings, I like go ahead and like get rid of all the pings everywhere. Be like, okay, now it's time to like get rid of the pings. And I decided that time was this morning because now I have no more pings. Or well, I just got some new pings, but it's fine because I'll get rid of them later. But yeah, I only am really active on like okay, it reconnected. Oh my, okay. Yay! At least the stream reconnected. Let's go. Woohoo! Let's go, guys. I'm so happy the stream reconnected. We're back, yeah. That was random. I don't know why it disconnected as well. Like, wow, how did that happen? Let me see. Let me see if I can figure it out. Oh, it just happened randomly. It really just happened randomly. Turns out you have to leave later, so you're back. Welcome back. Welcome back. You didn't miss much, trust me. But yeah. I clean up my pings every few months, probably. I'm only really active in a few servers. Like, one is my friend's server. Like the server that I share with basically all of my friends. And one is my own server. And then one's a work server that I'm part of that's 3 servers that I'm active in. And then everything else just doesn't exist for me. I'm like, okay, it doesn't, yeah, no. You know? Yeah. But yeah, my friend server is like the best server in my life. My own server does not compare to how much fun I have in my friend server because one, all of my friends are there, so we are always like talking to each other. But more importantly, because we all this server is mostly made because we all share common interest in a certain book that I'm not gonna talk about. Well, I could talk about, but then you guys will see my I wouldn't say I'm embarrassing, okay? I would not say that I'm an embarrassing person, but I would say that on this server there is many Black History moments. It's not even that bad. Like, I'm not nearly as bad as some of the other people, you know? I'm like very chill in comparison, but I feel like I don't want everyone who knows me, who I might not know, to see all the simp shit that I do all the time. Which is like mostly just related to my friends. I just go like, oh my gosh, I love you guys so much. Like every few weeks I'll be like, oh my gosh, you guys are so great. You guys make my life better. Like, yeah. So I'm not gonna tell you guys which book this is based on, because if you find the book, you'll probably be able to, you know, get the link to the server. And although the server isn't open for new people right now, it might be soon. So yeah, I'm smart like that. I do a lot of stupid shit on that server that I don't want other people to see. Yeah, it's a book. It's a book that my friend wrote, and we all read it, so we all became friends, and we all exist in that server as friends. I have a lot of friends on that server. Basically, all the people who are like active on that server are friends, basically. Like, yeah. Even though I'm like less active these days because I just don't have time to like chat idly these days. Like not that I don't have time to chat to my friends, but like there's nothing happening in my life that is something that I want to tell my friends about. Plus, I like DM most of those people anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah. I'm not telling you guys the name of the book, but at some point I'll probably end up letting it slip, and somebody will read it and be like, oh my gosh, Mew's on this server as well. I'm a mod on that server, and I act up on that server. I just straight up go... Like, there's this one section that I basically copied off of that server for my own server. That's like the status update section, right? So on my friend's server, it's like always has new things happening for everyone's life. Mine is just like, I didn't have dinner, or like I'm hungry, or I'm sleepy, or sometimes it's just like what did I write today? Like, sometimes it's just like, oh yeah, I posted a new cover, it's almost time to stream, and I just finished with lunch too, and I'm very happy. And I always change my name randomly depending on what I feel like, but it just has like something mew. Like, for my own server as well, my like personal account that I normally use has that, because right now it's soup mew. Later on, who knows, it'll be something else mew. But it just like depends on my feelings. But normally there's a lot of stuff happening in the server a lot of the times, and I always complain on the server a lot. Like, not like complaining about life or something, but it's just like, oh my gosh, my hand hurts. But that's just normal for me, so like it doesn't matter. Yeah, I love my friends, they're great. My like the person who made the server, well, oh, you also did the same, but you ended up you stuck with the frog themed person. Oh yeah, no, my OC, as in my cat OC, my friends made it for me. Like, I was just going off of I'm a blue cat. Yeah, that was my OC in the beginning, and then the deal fleshing out happened because Hex made me an emote, of me, and it's mewsimp. You guys have seen it before, because it's also on my server, because yeah, Hex made it, and she was like, you can totally use it for your own server, and I love it so much. Mewsimp is my favorite emote, even though I don't use it that much these days, because I just am not online everywhere that I wanna be. Like, if it's like if I have like energy, I will read or just DM people. For my own server, I try to like make sure that I put something every single day that's not in streaming mew, because like streaming mew, it happens anyway, so like I wanted to make sure that it was a bit like not dead, you know, but it is kind of dead, sadly. That's partly my fault, I believe. That's definitely my fault. Like, I don't think I'm like making hanging out on Discord with me enticing enough, you know? I'm a very fun person. So, but yeah, on my friend server, like these days I'm not active, but when like in my peak of activity last year and the year before that, I was like always active. And I mean that, like I was always active. The reason that I became a mod is like partly the reason is because I was so like active that they basically made me a mod after a while. And I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even do anything to deserve this mod position. Because like in my friend server, it's like a big deal. But yeah, we have a lot of fun. We do indeed have a lot of fun. It's also kind of wild. Like it's a bit like crazy there. Like you have to come, like you will come in there and you will just be surprised by how insane everything is. Because that's just how friends are. I'm dragging the personalities out. I'm in so many discords. Yeah, I have like, I've joined a lot of servers. A lot of them are just book related. They're like from translation groups that I have joined. Like I read books of. I'm like in the Genshin Impact official server. But like, yeah, most of them are just like translation servers. A few of them are servers that my friends made that I just am part of for no reason. But yeah, like more than half of them are just off like work, like fun, but I don't really look at anything. Oh, it's just that you don't like group chats and yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal. Like you don't have to like it. It's fine. Participation is completely and utterly optional. And so if you feel like up to it, you should do it. If you don't, then oh, it doesn't matter. It's chill, bro. We're all chill here. I was like talking to my friends about like recently I was talking to my friends about a pattern for myself. Because I saw this really cute like pattern thing. I wonder if I can find it right now. I can't show you guys because it's still in like DMs with my friends, but it was like I was talking about how I wanted to like, oh, what is it called? How I wanted a pattern so I could have like a pattern background for my overlays, right? And I was like, I'm not like asking anyone to do anything. I'm just like sharing my want for this thing, right? But it looks so cute. Like my friends are really, really cool. And yeah, all of my friends are super cool and super talented and they really know what they're doing. So I'm like always in awe of them, especially creative stuff. Like I know what I'm doing sometimes, but other times I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. But like for my friends, it's like they're so cool. Like they really do like doing the stuff that they do. And I do too, but like yeah. I always ask my friends for opinions on stuff that I'm doing because I like knowing how they like it or not, you know? But yeah, it ends up being like, the thing is, okay, I'm not gonna reveal this, but you guys are never gonna see that side of Mewniverse, the server. But there's like secret private channels that only a few people can access. It's me and my mods, but they exist. And yeah, we have really random unrelated conversations about like literally nothing, but it's all stuff that we're like that I'm doing currently. Like it's all stuff that is gonna be released at some point, so I can't put it in the like general channels. I can't have that discussion in the general channels, and we don't like, I don't want to overcrowd my DMs with like 70 different group chats with like 70 different people. So there's like a few private channels that just are for me and my mods and friends, because sometimes I like to tell and ask them stuff, but I can't put it in the group chats or general, like, you know, in general. But you guys are never gonna see it, but because yeah. Because you guys won't see it. You like talking to people one-on-one more. Yeah, I mean that's a valid thing. Yeah. You know? That's like completely normal. I feel like everyone who has their own server might have like private channels that they don't show to like everyone else. At least I feel like that. I've noticed that it seems to happen basically in almost every single server that I'm in. Like obviously you have the mods channel that's just mods, but does the book name from before start with C? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But yeah. It's a good guess though. Random intuition. It doesn't. It's not a bad guess. I doubt you would be able to guess the name because it's like a complicated name. Which is why I was like, you guys are never gonna know about it. I have talked about it before though. On I think several different streams, although I don't remember which ones. But I have talked about it before. But yeah. A lot of like my friends have really good ideas for like channels for Discord. Like the latest one, which I can totally reveal because it's gonna happen soon anyways, but like the latest one was having like my friends were like we should like have like an out of context like thing for Mew. Whenever I say random shit that makes no sense and they can take it out of context and like just put it somewhere. Like recently, I think the most recent one that they had where they just like quoted me out of context was I'm a radish. Mew 2023. It was it was on 9th September. I'm a radish and the only reason that they quoted this was because I was playing Star Rail, okay? And I was showing what I was doing on Star Rail to my friends. Like it was just me and my friends. So like I was just playing Star Rail and just streaming what I was doing, but only for my friends because it wasn't really story quest or anything, but I was just like we were just all hanging out in VC and I was like I want to play a game, so I'm going to play Star Rail. Let me know if you guys want me to show you guys what I'm doing. So I was doing the simulated universe section of it. And in a random occurrence, I kept getting like this pixelated whatever game thing, and one of the options for the like choices was I'm a radish, and I said it out loud, and Mimi was like, let me just put that there, you know? Let me just do that for you there. And that's basically where the idea kind of sprung up from. And it's not the first time it's happened. It's happened like quite a few times where they just like sort of quoted me out of context and it just sort of floats around. So I was like, you know guys, what you guys should do or what we should do is that we should have a channel. And they were like, yeah, we should have a channel and we should just put all of the out of context Mew stuff there. Because that way people can look at it and be like, this is so funny, you know? And I was like, we should totally do that. And we're probably definitely gonna do that. I don't know when, but it's happening. And it's so funny. I really like when that happens. Because I say a lot of random shit during streams or like while talking to my friends. And I think it's funny that they just like, go like, Mew said this at this day. And it's just like the thing I said. I find it hilarious. Even though people half the time don't know the context behind it, but I feel like that makes it kind of funnier, you know? It does. I do believe that. You won't believe how much my random intuitions have been correct, but it's not working recently. I mean, I believe you. I also feel bad that it's not working recently for you. I hope whatever's happening stops happening or reverses itself. I'm not sure what to say to this, so all your OOC comments end up being on the unhinged or the innuendo category. To be fair, I really like innuendos. Like, I find them hilarious and I keep saying them. Like, I often say shit just because it sounds like an innuendo. And the thing is, a lot of my friends sometimes don't get it, not because they're innocent or anything. They're just like, it sometimes isn't obvious. And when they do, they're just like, Mew. Like, we know you like this kind of humor, but like, why? But it's so funny. I don't even feel bad because it's hilarious. I take the most like normal shit in the innuendo way because it's funny like that. I like it like that. It's really funny. But yeah, I see a lot of like stuff that just sounds offhandedly creepy, accidentally creepy, I should say. Because it sometimes is just like accidentally creepy. It's not meant to sound creepy most of the time, but it does sometimes. And I'm just like, oops, I've made a mistake, you know? Like, oh, I accidentally did that. Oops. But yeah. My nose is still itchy, you guys. Like, I can't... it's so... Oh my gosh, I really want to like rip my nose out suddenly. More like rip my skin out. So... I'm not gonna do that, but you know, the thought exists, and I feel like sometimes that's what's important. The thought counts, you know. I didn't even know my eyes could do that. Wow. Huh. I didn't know one of my eyes could like squish and the other one just stays normally, because whenever I try to wink, it doesn't work, you know? Both are just kind of linked together. I don't know. We're lagging again. I'm sorry. Okay, we're back though. We're back. Why did stream just that? What is happening? Why did it disconnect? What did I do? I didn't even do anything. Why did it disconnect? Okay, I think that's a sign from my internet and from Streamlabs mostly, that if I keep streaming, it's gonna disconnect me every single time. You just clean your nose with water? Yeah. Like, the inside isn't itchy, it's the outside, it's the skin that's itchy. So I'm like, what happened? But it probably just means my skin is dry and I need to like put on moisturizer or something, which I'm gonna do after stream, but my nose is itchy right now, so I don't know what to do right now. You know? I think my Streamlabs is telling me to stop streaming because it keeps disconnecting me. Like, you piece of shit. Seriously? I thought you were less work than OBS. How are you suddenly more work than OBS? Point is, I think the stream is gonna end soon. Just because, 1, I'm starting to get hungry. 2, I keep getting disconnected and that kind of pisses me off. You know? And 3, my phone's gonna die in about like half an hour, I believe. That's like me being generous. It's gonna get to 20% soon, and once it's at 20%, like, it goes down like crazy. The model really went into sneeze mode when it just lagged. I didn't even realize that. I was so caught off guard by the lag, by the disconnection. I was just like, why did it disconnect? And then yeah, and then it just reconnected in like 20 seconds, but like 20 seconds was me being generous, by the way. Like, it took way less time, like 10 seconds. By the time, oh wait, I think we're gonna disconnect again. I think that means I should just start saying bye. Because it says no data right now, but the connection still shows excellent. Wonder what's up? Wonder what's up? Why is this happening? Huh. Okay. I think it's fine. Okay, we got excellent connection back. That's good. I was worried for a second. I was like, wait, what am I gonna be? Huh. Am I gonna have to? Oops. Yeah. No, I don't use mobile data for connection. I don't use data at all. I just use my Wi-Fi. Well, an Ethernet cable. So, you know, it's pretty stable connection. Sometimes the connection between Streamlabs and YouTube fails, which is why it gets like cut off and starts lagging, because that happens sometimes. I don't know exactly the reason behind it, but that is what I understand. I think if one of my friends joined this call right now that I'm in, aka the Discord voice channel that I'm in, I wouldn't realize because I have my headphones off, because the music distracts me a lot. So I keep my headphones off a lot of the times when I'm like on a chatting stream. Like normally I'll keep it on because I'm playing a game or something and you need the music, right? So but like on a chatting stream I can kind of get away with it because all I'm doing is talking and I don't really need to listen to anything. It also helps because like I don't get distracted by the music. Yeah, I think the stream, the sneeze is back. I was gonna say stream is back, but the stream never went anywhere right now, so I think the sneeze is back. Yep, yep. I can feel it. I'm starting to squint again. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying bye, you guys. My body is prompting me to go and eat and also sneeze if I can. I don't know why it's not working anymore. Oh, hey, it went away again. What the fuck? Wow, this sneeze is really temperamental. Did you know a neutron from some random star can sometimes cause glitches in your PC? Yeah, I did know that actually. It's a fun fact. Such a fun fact. It's so cute as well. Like, imagine just some random star being like, hey, Mew, I don't want you to be okay today. Like, I don't want your PC to, like, work well for, like, 2 seconds. And, it does do that. I find that very admirable for that star, you know? I look up to that star. I'm like, wow, you really did what you said and you really said what you did. And I respect that for you, you know? But yeah, I shall start saying bye because I really need to sneeze. It's like on and off. And I also really want to eat because I'm getting hungry, you know? I just know that if you scream hard drives, if you scream what? Huh? If you scream at hard drives. Wow, I really don't like the fact that the emoticon thing, like the emoticon like little menu blocks the ends of some messages. Does that really do though? Like, is it really like that? That if you scream at hard drives, they lose data? I don't know if that's a joke or if you're being for real. Because, like, I'm inclined to believe you right now. I'm so hungry, I'll do anything. I'm also in need of brekkie, yes! I'm gonna eat! Woohoo! Yeah, I'm gonna start saying bye for real. But yeah, that was not a sneeze, but I just did joke on my own, like, breathing. Have you guys ever had that happen to you? Because it's really funny whenever it happens, and I'm like, why did that happen? You know, my own body. You wanna do this? But yeah, I shall start saying bye. I'm super appreciative of all the love and support. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for for being so amazing, you know? I really, really appreciate it. I do. I'm super, super grateful. Indeed, I am. I will see you guys tomorrow when we play Call of the Sea, which I believe has some Lovecraftian elements. So hey, some horror, yay! I love horror. Oh, I'm still choking on my own breath. What the heck? Okay. Wow. It's fine. I'm fine. I see you guys tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed the day because I definitely did. And yeah, bye bye now. Mwah.